Hey guys, Brad here with Custom Offsets. Got another episode of Lifts and Levels for you. This is a rough country 5-inch system for 2007 to 2013 Chevrolet and GMC Silverado and Sierra 1500s. They make a 2 and a 4-wheel drive version. This specifically is a 4-wheel drive one. Start off with the cross members here. This is a really nice system for the money. Probably is the most affordable system out there. And why do I say it's a really nice kit for the money? Because this is a true 5-inch drop system. So the control arms and the lower, these cross members here, the lower control arm cross members are 5-inch drop. And then, so basically what that means is when the truck's lifted at 5 inches, all of your angles are pretty much going to be flat or like they were factory or stock. The front diff is dropped down 5 inches as well. The rear of the truck is lifted 4.5 inches with these blocks, or sorry, I shouldn't say that. These are 4.5-inch blocks, I believe. Hold on, I think there's factory blocks in these trucks. All right, so these are a 4.5-inch block, and you will be removing the factory block and replacing it with this block. So you'll essentially be getting about 3.5 inches of lift or so in the rear of the truck, which will make it about pretty much level with the front once everything's installed. So that's nice. You got your new U-bolts, the new nuts and washers and everything like that. As I mentioned, the front differential drops, the nice new knuckles here with a nice little glossy finish on them, and then sway bar drop brackets, which you can see here to keep the sway bar angle nice and kosher with everything else. CV axle spacers, like most kits, this kit does increase the front track width on the vehicle about around 1.5 inches per side is what it increases. It's pretty common. So if you want the front and rear track width to be equal, a lot of guys will run spacers on the rear. I believe that's what this customer is going to do as well. And then we got our skid plate for the front diff. Once it gets dropped down, it's going to tie in between the new cross members. This kit is the optional lift struts up here. This is what the customer went with. These are about a $200 option. And with these, it replaces the use of a strut spacer up front. So you're not going to be using the factory strut with a spacer on top of it. You're going to just be using these brand new lift struts to achieve the lift up front. So it's a nice clean look. A lot of guys like it for that. And usually these trucks by now, everything's already worn out in terms of the struts and the shocks. So just getting new ones in there isn't a bad idea. And in the back, we got the new N3 Performance Shock by Rough Country. And then there's a box here with just some miscellaneous hardware and stuff, some brake line relocation brackets and whatnot. But that's pretty much it for the Rough Country 5-inch. We're gonna go and get it installed in the truck now. All right, guys, we got the Rough Country 5-inch kit installed in the truck here. The truck's obviously up in the air on the lift at full droop. And we're gonna run through the components of the lift kit as they are installed, just so you can get an idea of what everything looks like once it's on the truck. First things first, we got our new knuckles here, and you can see even at full droop, the upper control arm here isn't even at too extreme of an angle when referring to the ball joint there. So that's a great sign, obviously. And then let's see, we got our sway bar drop brackets here, which you can see it leaves the sway bar at a nice flat angle as well. Lower control arm drop cross members, this is a key component here. As we mentioned before, these are about 4.5 inches of drop, which is gonna basically yield really nice angles once the truck's on the ground here. Same thing with the tie rod. Even at full droop, the tie rod angle is nothing extreme at all. And we got our new lift struts installed here as well. So there's going to be no strut spacers. You can see just a full strut replacement there. And then we got our CV axle spacers here installed, and that's because front track width is increased, as I mentioned earlier. And then another key feature is the differential drop. You can see the front differential drop here, the brackets there, and there's another one over here. And then we got our skid plate for the front diff once it's lowered down, as you can see. Just a little bit of added protection there. That's about it. I was gonna say the sway bar end links are new, but they're not. Well, they are new, but they're not part of this kit. They just simply needed to be replaced because it's an older truck, and things don't like to come apart on trucks in this state once they're older. That's really about it for the front of the truck. We're gonna go around to the back and see. I can't even get over there. It's gonna be nice and quick in the back here. Just gonna be block replacement, and then new U-bolts and nuts here for the rear lift portion, and then the new Rough Country N3 shocks are gonna be around back here as well. As you can see, those are all in place. And really that's about it for the lift kit. The rear is always the simplest part, usually on these kinds of trucks, on leaf sprung trucks like this. And that's gonna do it for rough country 5-inch lift. Peace.